Today, my guest is former Sage Oak student Ava Woodgrift. Ava graduated from Sage Oak High School and is now attending UCSD. But today, she's talking all about how taking community college courses while she was still in high school is paying off big time. You're going to love this conversation. Welcome to another episode of the Sage Studio. I'm Tiffany Webster, and I am so excited to be joined by our guest today, who is Ava Woodgrift, and she's a former Sage Oak student. And she is going to be sharing her story with us, and I'm so excited to welcome her. So welcome, Ava. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Our pleasure. We can't wait to share your stories with others. So take me back to when you were here at Sage Oak. What year did you graduate at Sage Oak?
So I graduated in 2021, and I was at Sage Oak from 8th grade all the way through high school.
Okay. And now where are you? What are you doing now?
So now I go to UCSD, the University of California, San Diego.
Okay.
And I'm majoring in psychology here.
Oh, awesome. Okay. What do you plan to do with that?
I'm considering a few options right now, but I'm considering maybe going into becoming a school psychologist or getting my marriage and family therapist, going that route as well.
Awesome. That is so cool. Very good. How exciting. So fun. So I know that one of the things that you did while you were here at Sage Oak as a high school student was take a couple community college classes during your time here while you were in high school. So tell us a little bit about that. I mean, how did you feel about this initial idea when someone was like, hey, I have this great idea? How about while you're in high school, you also take college classes? What did you think about that?
I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit nervous. I was nervous that taking these much higher level courses, that the coursework would be too much or that it would be kind of awkward being around a lot of people that were a lot older than me and being around a lot of college students. But I tried to kind of keep an open mind and be yeah, I'm gonna try this and see how it goes. And I'm very grateful that I did because it was honestly a really great experience. And I'm so glad that I was able to kind of explore these different courses and kind of get a jump start on that before I even got to college.
Oh, for sure. So what then was it like? If it wasn't as scary as you thought it was going to be and it wasn't actually as hard as you thought it was going to be, what was it like?
I feel like when comparing community college classes to kind of classes that I had taken before, they were kind of not harder in a sense, but kind of just different. You're kind of having to get used to a different kind of schedule, going to classes twice a week and then kind of taking that coursework and doing it on your own, which I'm pretty good at doing that anyway. So, but it was it was definitely an adjustment. Some of my classes were harder. I took Spanish 1 and 2, and those were challenging, but mainly because you're learning a whole new language.
Sure.
It was a lot of work, but I think that definitely was manageable and that I was able to balance it really well with my other high school classes that I was taking at the same time.
I love what you said about because you were used to working at home. I mean, that's part of being in an independent study school. It's so great. You get a chance to work on a different schedule or at a different rhythm or a different pace, right? So how often would you usually meet for one of these college courses? Is it daily? Is it just once a week? How often do you think?
It would be probably a lot of the classes. I think, okay, if I'm remembering correctly, it was usually twice a week. I would go to the class. And I did a couple online ones too, which were similar. You would just watch the Zoom, or there were even some that were completely asynchronous and you didn't go to class at all and you just did the work or you watched the videos. But the majority of the ones I did were in person. And
oh, wow.
So I would go to the class twice a week, and then it's kind of like ending college class. They give you work that you have to turn in and whatever, but
that's cool. I mean, you really got the full experience then. You did it in person, live on a college campus, which is a whole experience in and of itself. Then you did some classes that were synchronous learning, but they only met like a couple days a week. And then you did some that were totally asynchronous, but you could just do it on your own time as long as you completed the course by a deadline. So that's really cool. I love that you had all of those different experiences with your courses. How did you choose which courses you were going to take? Were you already on a specific pathway at this time, or were you just kind of trying things out?
Yeah, so I definitely, like, didn't have anything figured out. I was kinda just like, "I'm gonna take classes that I think I'm interested in, classes that I think will might fulfill my general education requirements, which you have in college." So those are just kind of like the basic English, math. I didn't actually end up taking any math, but I took English 1, English 2, like, Spanish 1, Spanish 2, because I was like, maybe it kind of was like a shot in the dark, like, maybe that'll fulfill something. I took,
Right.
like and then I took a lot of classes I was like, "This sounds really interesting, and I, like, wanna learn more about it." So I took, like, sociology and creative writing and, like, philosophy of religion and things like that I was interested in. And so I just kind of, like, got to, like, explore my interests, and then
Hmm.
also, at the same time, I was taking some classes that I was like, "Maybe this will fulfill something later down."
Right.
Yeah.
So it sounds like your motivation for it was more to explore and just try to get a little bit of preview of what college might be like and what some of the topics might be that you could be interested in studying in college. You weren't necessarily like on a path where you knew for sure what you were going to do and you were just trying to check things off. So do you think that was a good way to go? Would you encourage other students just to kind of try things out like you did?
I would 100%, yeah,
Yeah.
recommend that because I feel like I'm in college and I still don't have everything figured out.
Yeah.
It's, like, hard because it's like you wanna choose something to major in that you're passionate about, but that to get to that point where you, like, know what you even wanna major in, you've gotta kind of explore first. So that's why I was, like, partially glad to be able to do these classes because I was getting to explore things and then pick my major versus how often it's just kind of like you finish high school and you're like, "I gotta pick something," kind of maybe end up with something that you're not as interested in. But, I mean, if you're, like, feel like you know what you wanna do and you're ready for that, then, I would say go for it. Like, you can
Mhm.
look up, like, your college and see what's transferable to your college, and you can start taking classes specifically for that if you feel ready, but if not, then yeah, I would definitely recommend taking, like, exploratory courses.
Okay, so, like, if you're dead set, like, "I know I wanna go into criminal justice," like, cool, great, take all your classes and, like, go on that pathway. But you also think, if you're not quite sure, just start taking stuff that sounds fun and sounds interesting and try it out there. I love that. And tell me about your EA, your education advisor, and their role in the courses that you took.
Yeah, so I had my EA was Lana Gadea, and I love her. It's
Yeah,
just
you
because
got
that's how I
lucky. She's
was.
our
I
virtual learning
love
academy principal. She's pretty
Yeah,
great.
and she just kind of, like, helped guide me through everything. I think I also had Kyla O'Brien was,
Mhm.
like, my original EA, so they both kind of helped me a lot and kind of figuring out which courses I wanted to take and, like, everything like that. But for the most part, I just kind of, like, went on the college website and I looked at the course list, and I would, like, collaborate with my EA to be like, "Okay, I can take this to fulfill, like, this for, like, the high school requirement," or, like, English, for example, like, I took that, and it fulfills, obviously, both high school and college credit, like,
Mhm.
requirement. We would kinda, like, collaborate like that to kind of figure out, like, which classes would work best for me. So, yeah.
Mhm. Do you think that collaboration made you more confident about taking the college classes?
Yeah, I definitely think so because I think it, like, helped me kind of structure what I was gonna do and kind of figure out which ones would be, like, most beneficial for me to take.
Mhm. Mhm. For sure. Okay, so you just were mentioning it too. The other thing that's so great about these classes is that when you are in high school and you're taking these community college classes, like what you just said, you can earn high school and college credit at the same time, which is like such a bonus, right? You get both of them at the same time. So tell us, how did that really um, come to play a part in your current life now that you're in college? What benefit has that led for you?
I mean, for me, it's, like, academic-wise, like, it felt like such an easy transition into my college work because I had already kind of done the majority of how to figure things out because it was on me a lot to figure out which college classes I was gonna take. And so I would figure out the schedule and I would be like, okay, I'm gonna do this. And obviously I would collaborate with my EA, but it was up to me to sign up for the class.
Mhm.
So that gave me a lot of responsibility and then also making sure I was getting my work done. And I think that that kind of different style of learning you get in college, when I came here to UCSD, I had already kind of figured out, I already knew how to figure out my course schedule. I already knew how to plan all of that out.
Mhm.
And then academic wise, I feel like I was very prepared for the kinds of courses that I was going to be taking. And it didn't feel like this big, huge leap to
Mhm.
high school courses to college courses. It just felt very smooth. And I was like, all right, we're doing this now. Instead of two college courses in high school, I'm going to be taking 4 or 5, however many.
Mhm. So the
So
transition felt really smooth for you. Like, okay, I know how to pick my classes now. I know what to expect in the structure of the classes. And now you just move from just taking a few into taking like a full semester's worth. So that is so cool. And I'm so glad that those classes helped you to prepare for college and prepare for that transition. I also hear that they are helping you in another way that's pretty cool. So, what is one of the major benefits of having already earned college credit by the time you got to college?
I mean, the best benefit is that you get to, like, save a lot of time and money probably. So, yeah, I'm probably going to be graduating a year early. So, I mean, having those courses done, it's just yeah, like I said, you save a lot of time, a lot of money, and kind of just yeah.
I want to say that one more time, just for our listeners. She is graduating from college a year early, because you took the time in high school to take courses that would count for both high school and college credit. So when you transitioned into your college courses, not only were you prepared, but you were actually had a year of work done. So now you fast forward, you're at UCSD, you're taking your courses, and you have enough credits to actually graduate a year early, which is phenomenal. You must feel so proud of yourself.
Yeah, it's definitely kind of feels like a payoff of all the work and yeah, definitely worth it.
For sure. And like you said, you're saving yourself more time, you're saving yourself more money, and now you're going to be able to get into your career to figure out, okay, where do I want to go with my degree, right? It doesn't mean you have to have it all figured out early. It just means that now you're equipped for the next chapter, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. That is so awesome. Okay, what would you tell someone who was in high school, who's maybe if you think back to that, where someone's finally just kind of presenting them with this idea and they're like, oh, I don't know. I'm feeling so nervous. Like, should I, shouldn't I? I don't know if I'm up for it. What would you tell that student?
I would probably tell them I know exactly how you feel. I was very, very nervous and really scared to take community college courses. I feel like a lot of the time, I understand feeling imposter syndrome of feeling maybe you kind of stand out in a community college class or I don't know. I just remember I was so scared the first day, walking into the class. I was
Sure.
I didn't know what to expect. But I would recommend, to anybody to just give it a try because you're capable of probably more than you think and that it's definitely worth it and that you will benefit a lot from it and that it's honestly just it was such a great option and I'm very glad that I did it. So, definitely try it. At least go over the first couple weeks, see if it goes well, but yeah.
I love it. Such great advice. I think your story is really important. I think it's really exciting. I think it just, again, shines a light on the unique learning paths that Sage Oak offers its students. And you took advantage of that. And now here you are at UCSD, about to graduate a year early because of all of your hard work. So Congratulations to you, Ava. That's incredible. We cannot wait to see where you go next, what the next chapter of life has in store for you. It'll be exciting. It'll be really exciting to see where you go. I have a feeling you're pretty unstoppable.
Oh,
Good for you. Yeah, you've got good things heading
Thank
your way
you.
for sure. You are welcome. Thanks so much for joining us today. Such a great time talking with you.
Thank you.